the United States.
From the optimistic
The state of this old but youthful union is good.
to the blunt
That the state of the union is not good.
and the unexpected.
Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg reportedly told a crowd that she was, quote, not 100% sober during this year's State of the Union address.
The State of the Union always brings memorable moment. Even before it was televised or aired live on the radio, the State of the Union was making headlines and spurring intrigue. In 1861, excerpts from Abraham Lincoln's first speech to Congress were leaked to a New York newspaper. Lawmakers investigated. Some even thought Lincoln's wife, Mary Todd, was the leaker, but the mystery was never solved. 80 years later, the State of the Union came as much of the world was at war. President Franklin Delano Roosevelt delivered his Four Freedoms speech, articulating a powerful global vision for freedom of religion and speech, but also freedom from want and fear. By the following year, the U.S. would join the war after the bombing attack at Pearl Harbor. Though impactful, FDR's were not the first to be broadcast on TV. That honor goes to Harry Truman, who delivered his first State of the Union in 1947.
What we do or fail to do at home affects not only ourselves, but millions throughout the world.
In 1964, the State of the Union came just weeks after another national moment of reckoning, the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. But President Johnson also used the moment to declare
unconditional war on poverty in America.
10 years later, a defiant Richard Nixon used the night to address what he deemed the so-called Watergate affair.
I believe the time has come to bring that investigation and the other investigations of this matter to an end. 1 year of Watergate is enough.
7 months after that speech, Nixon resigned. 8 years later, President Ronald Reagan started a new, now well-known tradition, inviting a guest. 4 years later, he became the first president to postpone his State of the Union after the Space Shuttle Challenger disaster. And President Bill Clinton, after riding to office on the unofficial mantra that it's the economy, stupid, used his 1996 State of the Union to shine a focus on, you guessed it, the economy, famously declaring,
The era of big government is over.
Clinton would appear before the Congress 3 years later, mired in scandal. The Congress he spoke to voting to impeach him exactly 1 month before. Clinton didn't mention impeachment once. Fast forward to 2002, just 4 months after the September 11th attacks. President George W. Bush stood before Congress to deliver a new warning to America's enemies.
States like these and their terrorist allies constitute an axis of evil, arming to threaten the peace of the world.
In 2009, a noticeable partisan shift, emblematic of the divides deepening in Washington. Republican Congressman Joe Wilson interrupting President Barack Obama in the middle of his remarks on immigration reform.
The reforms I'm proposing would not apply to those who are here illegally. It's not true.
Divisive moments, but also lines of levity.
I have no more campaigns to run. My only agenda, I know because I won both of them.
And then the Trump years. Donald Trump shared time in the camera frame with House Speaker Nancy Pelosi brought multiple viral moments. In 2019, her clap became an instant meme. A year later, she ripped Trump's speech in half at the end of his address. It was less than 2 months after Congress voted to impeach him. Pelosi would be in the spotlight once again a year later for a very different reason, alongside Vice President Kamala Harris.
Madam Speaker, Madam Vice President, no president has ever said those words from this podium. No president has ever said those words, and it's about time.
Biden coming before Congress last time, not only at the apex of the coronavirus pandemic, but mere weeks after the national tragedy of January 6th, when pro-Trump insurrectionists stormed the building. What moments will live on from tonight? Time and your screen will tell.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.